What's up guys, Alex from Graveyard Performance here again, working on the ST. Today we're going to do brake rotors and pads. These are supplied by our friends over at R1 Concepts. These are going to be a great brake upgrade to the brakes that have been beat on by a previous owner on my car. If you watched the last install video, you may notice how glazed they were, the pads were wearing down thin, so it's about due for this car. Super excited to get these on. We got the drilled slotted rotors on all four corners, as well as their OE Optimum ceramic pads on all four corners as well. So we're going to go around to the side of the car and show you how to install these things.
A few moments later.
All right, so we're going to be starting on the front brakes. Just so you know, we're only going to do one side. It's the same process for both sides. So see what we do here, repeat it on both sides on your end. So this is clipped in. We're going to pry this bracket off, just prying away from the central part of the rotor. Just like that. The other side should slide out nice and easy. Hi. Okay, so right here on these caliper slide pins, we're going to pop these caps off. You could probably just do it with your finger, but I'm going to use a flathead to make my life a little bit easier. And that will give us access to those 7mm hex bolts. Okay, now we're going to take off the slide bolts that are through the caliper. It's a 7mm hex or Allen. Just like so. We're going to do that on the top as well. It may be easier to clear this brake line by using a little 6-inch or 3-inch extension, and that way you can get through the back and take it off. There we go. So this should be free. So I put my tools down, we'll pop that off. Now that we have those bolts out the back, we should be able to slide this caliper right out of its little housing, just like so. Pull those old pads out, and then either hook it with a hanger or set it on that lower control arm. Typically you can just set it on that control arm, get it out the way. You just don't want it to be hanging and stressing your brake line too much. All right, now we're going to take this caliper bracket off. There's two 18mm bolts back here holding it on, and we're just going to break these loose with a ratchet and then use our electric tool to pull them out. Oh, nice. Cool scratch and dent. Caliper bracket for sale. Okay, now that we have the caliper and the caliper bracket off, we are going to take off the rotor. For some people, this will be a cakewalk. Like us, you can just pull it right off. Other people, it might be seized on there, debris, heat cycles, you name it. It's gonna be pretty tough to get off sometimes. Hit it with a rubber mallet from the back and you should be able to pry it off. You don't want stinky, smelly brakes or dirty brakes, so make sure you are generous with the brake cleaner as you do this. And can't hurt to do it in between steps, but you'll hit it one last time once you get the pads on. But brake cleaner is definitely important. And now you can see the side-by-side comparison to the old OEM style pad that is deteriorating, starting to really crumble and crack. No confidence in this pad right here, but here's the brand new R1 Concepts one. Looks great. Super excited to have these on the car. Make sure you do spray these with the brake cleaner before you throw them on, just to make sure you don't have any contaminants anywhere in the braking system. But before we throw these on, we are going to have to push the piston in the caliper back a little bit to make room for that extra pad that wasn't there. Okay, now that we got the rotor on, we are going to put our caliper bracket on. That way we can fit the pads and caliper. So we're just gonna slip this on the same way it came off. We're gonna tuck our head up in this well. Fit our bolt through one of the caliper bolts and just thread it in by hand. That way it's holding the bracket in place, like so, and then thread the second side in. You want to make sure not to cross thread any of these bolts, obviously, but these should go in pretty easily. Both those are in. we're gonna snug them up with our gun. Just like that. And now we are ready to put some pads in there. So on the Focus ST, on the fronts, you've got this little clip on the back of the interior pad. So once you clean off your outer pad, you go ahead and pop it into place, which should fit perfectly like that. Shout out to R1 Concepts for getting perfect fitment on this pre-2014 ST. If you're familiar with the STs, the 2013 and the first few months of the 2014 have a smaller rotor size than the 14.5 and up. So when you're picking out your brakes, it's really important to reach out to a rep at Graveyard to work with somebody at R1 to make sure we get the right brakes for your car. Okay, so we're about ready to put our caliper over the brake pads. I've already decompressed the piston. I used one of these parts store compressor tools for disc brakes. You can rent these from pretty much any AutoZone, Advanced Auto, etc. Makes your life way easy. And on the back, you'll see they have the 2-prong style. They actually need to be twisted as the pressure is applied. So this just makes it an absolute cakewalk. If you're not using one of these, you can use some big pliers on the front and some needle nose on the rear to actually get in those grooves and twist while you're applying that pressure. But like I said, this is gonna make all the difference in the world and make it a super easy job. So we're just gonna clip this right into the caliper. So simple, so easy. Now, if your caliper is compressed enough, you should be able to slide this right over the brake pad that's already there. Line everything up. And then we're gonna tighten these caliper slide bolts on the back. If you've been getting any squeaking out of your bolts, this would be a great time to pull these pins out and actually grease them up, add some anti-seize or lubricant, because these are the moving parts of your brakes, and if you're getting any noise, it might be your culprit. So just some food for thought. R1 Concepts can supply new hardware for these, so if you're gonna get that with your brake setup, make sure you replace those as well. Now that those bolts are in, reinstall these caps. They just pop right in. And then reinstall your bracket on the front right here. Just like so. Okay, now that we're to the back of the car, we're going to pop off our caps on the caliper slides, just like we did on the front, without stabbing our finger too bad, just like so. And we're going to come around the front and take this bracket off the caliper. Pry again away. Just like that. So now we're going to take these 7mm Allens out, just like the front. So we'll go ahead and get these out. I do suggest using an extension on that lower one. If you've got end links like I do, they might be up in your way. So, and now just as the front, we should be able to pull these off. Sometimes your caliper bolts need to be pushed back a little bit just to get that clearance to pop right out. Just like so. Pull these pads out. So we got 13mm right here. So we'll go ahead and take these off with our gun. Cool. So unlike the front, these are stuck. These are rusty old things, so. Oh, almost ripped my keys out of my pocket. All right, just one nice little hit like that usually will knock it loose. If not, home run derby, start swinging. Yeah, now we just suppress the piston in that caliper just like we did on the front, and we'll be good to start putting the new stuff on. Fucking gloves off, dude. These things fucking so bad. All right, since we didn't get a chance to show you on the front, we'll show you on the rear. We're using our little tool. We slip this little backing plate over and it kind of keeps the pressure upward. And then we've got our little chingus with the 2 notches that fit into the piston. And once you tighten that, using a little 23 mil right there, you can just crank this down and this will slowly but surely, oh, you don't want it to move that. Don't want it to move that with it. This will slowly but surely depress the piston. Piston is very sad. And slide that right out. And now you're good. Brake clean everything, baby. Fitment. Perfect. All right. We're gonna put that caliper back on, the caliper bracket back on now. It really couldn't be any easier than it was taking it off. We're just putting it back on there and threading the 13 mils through. If you got it off and you can't put it back on, I'm really sorry you're struggling. You must have f***ed something up. Hand tight. Don't strip it now. If you think you cross-threaded it, take it all the way out. Try again. And if you don't think you cross-threaded it, do it anyways. Don't f it up. Because then you'll be stranded. Okay, we got our rear pads now. We're gonna spray these off, and the pad that has this little spring at the top goes in the interior of the vehicle, just like so. And then the normal one on the exterior. And from there, we will just slide our caliper over these, just like so. Make sure you get that bolt out the way. And then, just like on front, get these caliper bolts snugged in, tighten them down. Now that that's like that, that's tight, we can throw our caps back in, just like so. We're gonna take our little bracket and start with one side, kind of tilt it down, get it in that hole. The other one, line it up, and then pull it down. It'll pop into place just like that. And you'll be good to go. Don't forget to spray your brakes down with a brake cleaner again. Can't be too clean. All right, now that you've got your R1 Concepts brakes and rotors installed on your Focus ST, all you need to do is make sure you pump your brakes. That way you're getting fluid and the pistons are fully seated onto the brake pads. You want to go bed your pads in. So typically we just like to suggest a hard brake from 20 to stop a couple times, and to 40 to stop, maybe even a 60 to stop. But that should get your pads ready to be driven on daily drive or autocross, or take it to the track, whatever your heart desires. No matter what application you are using your car for, R1 Concepts and Graveyard Performance have an option for you, whether it be race, autocross, daily. If you need help finding the right brakes or pads for your car, hit up one of our Graveyard Performance representatives and we can help confirm fitment and get the right setup for your car and your application. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps somebody. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps somebody. I'll wait for the truck. Yeah, we get it. Small. All right. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps somebody. If you
Thanks for watching. Make
What
sure
am I
you
even saying?
like, comment, subscribe.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's it, right.
Turn around, you got it. Yeah, thanks for watching. Let me just reset because I was like in the middle of some weird facial expression I'm always doing. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps somebody. Comment if you need. I need. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps somebody. Please reach out to us if you have any trouble with your install, or if, I don't know why I try to say something that's not like, comment, and subscribe. It's pissing me off.
Just
Say it, just say it.
Just spit it out.
Spit. All right. Okay. Thanks for watching. Hope this helped anybody. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps somebody. And if you guys need any breaks, I already said that. These should offer you. I didn't think about what I was gonna say. It's hard to freestyle this shit. So once you get your brakes bedded, then you'll be good to go and drive around. I can't look in the eye of that goddamn camera for another second. It's trying to be nuts.